Hi, welcome to Inside Yachting. We have Motor Yacht Ohana up for review for you today. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, then you'll see just down below this video box is the link through to the insideryachting.com website. So I'll encourage you to get over to the website because that's where all of the links and all of the guides and things are that you'll want to see from now. Now, if you're already over on the website, then you'll notice on the right-hand side is the Yacht Pack button. Now, the Yacht Pack is a PDF that we already have prepared for Ohana, and we've prepared them for every boat that's currently on the market. And that's full of all of the photographs, the descriptions, the specifications, and some other bits and pieces of pricing information and everything that you'd want to know if you're initially looking at boats that are available for sale and you're thinking of purchase. So get over to the website and request that Yacht Pack. And remember, like I said, we do have them for every boat that's currently on the market. So click on that, leave your name, your email address, and the name of the boat that you're interested in. We'll get that over to you right away. So let's get started with Ohana. Now, as you can see from the profile shot here, she has beautiful modern lines. Even though she was launched back in 1998, she has sort of a timeless design to her. And as you'll see as we go through the review, she's really had lots of upgrades and refits and all of the work done to her to bring her up to the standards of a new build boat. So she's 154 feet long. She has a great beam of 30 feet, which means the interior volume is much larger than boats of similar size from other manufacturers. Remember some of the boats like the Trinities, the 161s, 164s, they only have a beam of around 28, 29 feet. So this at 154 feet with a 30-foot beam, you really get that spacious feel to the interior. So she has a nice cruising speed of 14 knots, maximum of 17. She has the Caterpillar engines. They have had all of their periodic maintenance done. Launched in 1998 by Admiral Marine. Now, Admiral don't build too many boats of this size, but they are a great quality product. The hull and the superstructure are both composite, which means that you don't have the usual concerns with older boats with corrosion, and it also means that the draft is very, very shallow on this. It doesn't say it on this in front page here, but it is 7.5 feet, so she's a fantastic option for cruising around the Bahamas and around the islands. Now, one of the main draws of Ohana is this incredibly low asking price. She's currently asking $10,900,000 for a boat of this volume, and also with the charter pedigree and the charter history that she has, is really a great option. She's actually going to get close to 16 or 17 weeks this year of charter use, so great option, as I mentioned in the roundup, for people that are looking at boats in this size but are wanting to offset some of the costs by chartering her out. So she already has that that name, and people know the boat, the interior of the boat. The charter managers are comfortable and the charter brokers are comfortable with putting their clients on this boat for a week's charter. So a great option, and let's go and take a look at some of the photographs. So here we start to look into the interior. On that top photograph on the left hand side, you can't quite see, but in front of the bridge windows there, the vertical bridge windows, there are a couple of little seating areas there, nice for in the morning for a little coffee area and watch the world go by. Underneath that is moving into the Sky Lounge. So the Sky Lounge has a similar feel to it as the master cabin. It's this sort of New England style, beautiful woodwork there, the sort of the latticing to the windows and to the ceiling. Nice comfortable area. It has a huge flat screen TV. I think it's 80-inch, the flat screen TV. It's brand new 3D HD TV with Wi-Fi, so all of the TVs, all of the entertainment system on board has all been upgraded to today's standard. It does have satellite TV to all of those TVs in each of the cabin and each of the social areas, so you have control of your own little entertainment system. There's a couple of different seating areas here. There's a little sort of cards table up here as well, and it's nice how they've played with some of the different colors, the blues and the creams and the whites in there, so a really nice comfortable area. Now, another sort of unique feature to Ohana is that the main deck aft is actually for the tenders. So aft of the main deck salon, you'll have this exterior storage area for the tenders. Now, the good thing about that is that it's not in a garage at the back of the boat, which means that the sort of transom door doesn't fold down. There's not sort of an area in there for the boats. The benefit of that is, of course, that's another area that can be taken up for guest use. So it means the engine room can be moved slightly further aft and opening up more of the forward hull area of the boat for guest uses. It also means that they're not stored up on the sun deck, so that guests also have full use of that area up there. So the photographs on the right hand side, that is of the main deck salon and dining area. The dining tables are split into two. You can see that on the lower photograph there on the right hand side, the two circular tables. So pretty high occupancy here. You can fit the 10 people around between the two tables without knocking elbows with each other. So it's nice having that split. And then aft, there's a little seating area there in the very aft section of the salon. So there's a couple more photographs of the dining area there on the left-hand side. Moving on to the photographs on the right, this is the master cabin. You can see how it sort of mirrors the feel to the Sky Lounge. This nice sort of Newport, New England feel. Martha's Vineyard, sort of all those areas spring to mind when you're looking at photographs of here. So again, it has the updated entertainment system. A lot of the soft furnishings, the carpets and things have been renewed here, so it doesn't feel like it's an older boat at all. It feels quite fresh and quite new. That same feel is carried into the master bathroom. You can see that at the top here on the left hand side. Nice standalone tub. It has shower in there, a his and hers side to the vanities, so almost a full beam bathroom here, and plenty of walk-in closet spaces throughout that area as well. Now the other photographs, this is moving into the rest of the guest cabins. So this is a 5 cabin layout. You have the master cabin on the main deck level. And then you have the 4 guest cabins down below. In fact, the master cabin is sort of set up as a suite, so the bed is offset to the one side. The other cabins are all very large cabins. You don't feel like it's cramped at all. On a lot of older built boats, it quite often feels cramped and tight down here, but here is really open, really airy. They have a slightly different feel to each of the cabins, slightly different toned woods, so it's nice to go from one to the other and it not all feeling like it's identical from one room to the other. Again, all have their own entertainment systems, all updated TVs. There is a kaleidoscope system on board, which is videos, movies and music on demand, so that's another upgrade here. And all obviously en suite as well. This is an example of one of the bathrooms over on the left hand side at the top. All of them have this sort of marble and stonework. The stone is slightly different from one cabin to the other, so again it's a nice change of scenery from one cabin to the next. Have the same sort of facilities with the bathtubs and the showers and the nice big vanities in there as well. So everything that you would expect to see from a much younger boat is here in Ohana. The benefit being obviously that asking price is reflective of her age, but the actual facilities inside isn't, so you're really getting the best of both worlds here. The photograph on the right hand side at the bottom, that's of the stairwell. That's looking from the main deck level up to the Sky Lounge, and then the stairs also go down to the guest cabins. A quick look inside the engine room. You can see it all looks very clean, very bright. Nothing looks tired. Nothing looks like it's shouldn't be there. I have been there. It was in the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show just earlier on in this month, and a very popular boat. Lots of people were looking at it for charter. As I mentioned, it does have that great charter reputation and the charter history, so it'll look to continue that success into next year and continue it with its new owner as well. Now moving outside, the top photograph on the right hand side, this is of the bridge deck aft. So here you can see you have a couple of different seating areas. You have a nice big central dining table. Aft of that is another little sort of seating breakfast area. It's right at the very aft of the boat, so you can see over the back, and it's sort of a nice spot to hang over the back and look at what everyone else is up to on the boat. There are a couple of bits and pieces of loose furniture on the port and starboard side as well, so it's quite an open deck. You really get the feel of the beaminess of the boat here, so nothing sort of cluttered or you don't feel crammed in at all. Now perhaps the best area on board Ohana is the sun deck. It's really a lot larger and unapproached by any other boat that I know of in this size range. As far as space up here, it really is huge. There's a big central bar. You can see that on the photograph on the right hand side at the bottom here, that huge central bar that's actually set out for exterior dining in this shot. Forwards of that are aft of that are two separate little seating areas on port and starboard with a central table, and then in the center is a huge sun pad surrounding a jacuzzi tub. So it's really all about exterior entertaining, outside fun here, and as I said, it's really uncomparable to any boat that I know of in this size range. And you can get a feel for the space here with these photographs on this page, but really to actually go up there and feel how large this area is the only way that you can appreciate its size. It really is sort of the center of the boat as far as the outside fun is concerned. And there you can see on the bottom on the left and the top on the right, you can see those nice triangular shaped sail pieces which cover the sun pad and the jacuzzi, and you can take sections of that down and leave other bits up so that you can have half of the sun pad in the sun and then keep the rest in the shade for people who want to escape from the sun. So nice versatile layout that they have up here on the sun deck. So the last few shots here, the big intrepid tow behind tender that they have there. They have two other inflatables that they carry on board. They have the two jet skis there as well. They have all sorts of inflatable toys and towable toys, snorkel equipment that's on board. They're set up for being outside and enjoying the water. So now we're into the layout, and we move into the description. Now the description is quite lengthy. In this, I won't run through everything, otherwise I'll be here all day talking through the boat. The yacht pack, as I mentioned, is available for this, so click over on the right hand side, get that PDF and all the pricing information and the additional photographs and bits of information that we have on the boat, and you can read through it at your own speed. But I'll touch on a few pieces. Just moving on to the GA here, the layout. You can see on the right hand side, that's the lower deck. So you have your four cabins there, the four guest cabins. Forward of that is the crew area. Moving up a deck, you can see the outside storage for the tenders. So they have the gantry cranes going out port and starboard there to launch those tenders. Also have the storage there for the jet skis as well. And there's a great big central storage for all of the toys and things as well. So it's nice that everything has its place. Nothing is going to be cluttering up any other areas down there. Moving forwards of that is the salon area, then into the dining room with those two split tables. Then we move into the owner's foyer. Around into the suite, you have one side set up with the desk and the vanity mirror, then the bed, and forward of that is into the bathroom and the walk-in closet. So a real nice flow to this area, with it having that white and bright New England feel to the interior. It really opens everything up as well. You don't feel that you're enclosed or sort of claustrophobic inside, which a lot of boats have a really heavy wood. Well, this is all open, very bright, very airy, and nice area to be in. So moving up a deck again, we're onto the bridge deck. So in that shot of the layout, you can see the helm station or the pilot house all the way up forwards. There's the captain's cabin up there, and then after that is this huge sky lounge area with a big TV, various seating areas, have a couple of card tables there as well. So a really nice relaxing area in there too. And remember, you also move outside to that outside dining area and a few different seating areas. You can just see that all the way at the aft in that GA shot there as well. Then up onto the sun deck, you get some idea of how big this area is. I mean, it really, you can't describe or emphasize enough how big and vast this area is. It's one of the reasons why Ohana has such a repeat business with all of the charter clients, is because this area is so user friendly for the guests. So you have that central bar, the two moon-shaped bars, have that big center sun pad area around the jacuzzi, and then two other seating areas after that. And there is actually another shorter seating area up forwards with the sort of a bench seat with forward-facing cushions there. So really nice area. There's sort of different locales in that sun deck setup where you can sort of separate into different little parties, or also just have it as one big sort of communal social area. So a really diverse area here. So let's move into the description. We touched on some of the specification points there earlier on in the review. Launched in 1998, 154 feet long with that great 30-foot beam. Again, it doesn't say the draft, but it is 7.5 feet, so very, very shallow for her size and the overall volume. She has the Caterpillar engines. The Caterpillars are slightly high on hours, so are the generators, but the reason is because she is such a successful charter boat. But all of the periodic maintenance has been done, and those pieces of equipment do have many, many more hours of life in them. So don't be scared off by the high hours. They have been well maintained, had all of the periodic maintenance done, as I mentioned, and in fact they have to have that maintenance done to be allowed to charter. So that should give you an example of how things are maintained on the vessel. So into the write-up, as I mentioned, I won't touch on everything. I'll just pull a few things out so you can get the yacht pack and flick through it yourself. It mentions there some of the charter history. Sleeps 10 guests in the 5 double staterooms. Details some of the equipment that you see on the sun deck there. Bridge deck has a lot of updated equipment throughout the bridge. All of the AV has been updated, as we saw earlier on in the review. They've had a lot of the equipment replaced over the time. The headhunter sewerage treatment plant is new. That was put in new in 2011. The huge 80-inch HD 3D TV that's equipped with Wi-Fi as well, that's new. The kaleidoscope system is new. All of the generators and the main engines have all had their work done. Moving through this main deck level here, details some of the interior carpets and soft goods that have been redone over the years. The Gallia equipment there, it details the Trulson refrigerators and freezers. They're commercial grade equipment, as is the Viking burner. Trash compactors, Whirlpool washer, dryers. This moves then into the entertainment equipment. Electronics in the navigation, a lot of those pieces are new there. They have all the Furuno screens, the chart plotters, the radars, the AIS system, depth sounders, power management screens. Everything that you'd expect to see on a much newer vessel is fitted here. They have the Atlas shore power system, which means you can plug any power into the boat, 50 or 60 hertz, and it'll convert it into the usable US system that's fitted on board. So it's the 120 volts, the 60 hertz. So this boat can go over to the Mediterranean and plug into a 50 hertz system there. It mentions the water makers. They've had all of their maintenance done. The Headhunter system there, it details that's new, new in 2011. This is where it mentions the Caterpillar hours on the generators, 30,000 hours on the port, 10,000 hours on the starboard. That's as of last month this year, so as of October 2013. And the main engines are fairly high on the hours as well. They're up around 10,000 hours, but plenty more hours left in all of those pieces of equipment. So the stabilizers have been serviced, the water makers have been serviced, the gearboxes have been serviced. And then finally here it details some of the tenders and toys. So we saw that 37-foot Intrepid tow behind earlier on, has a 22-foot and an 18-foot Novarania. All the inflatables, the fishing gear, the wakeboarding equipment, has treadmills on board, sea bobs, paddle boards, really set up very well for charter. So whether you're looking to continue that charter or to not, you at least have all of this equipment on board to make for a fantastic trip on board aboard Ohana. So that's it for the review. As I mentioned, that last little bit of write-up is pretty lengthy, so get that yacht pack and read through it at your own pace. Now, we have the yacht pack, as I mentioned, ready for every boat that's on the market. So click on the yacht pack button, leave the name of the boat that you're interested in and your contact details, and we'll send it over to you right away. Now, also below that on the right hand side is the daily yacht tours button. Now, we do these tours every day on various boats in and around South Florida. So we take groups of people around the boat so that they can really get a feel for the boat and what's going to work for them. So if you'd like to join us on that, then click on that button, leave your contact details and the best time that you'd like to join us, and I'm sure we'll be able to fit you in. Now, as I'm doing these reviews, I do take requests or suggestions on which boat to review. These boats here that I'm doing this week were actually a request from a client looking to purchase a boat in this size range, but also looking at things that have a successful charter past that they can offset some of the costs of ownership. So that's why I'm doing these boats. Now, if there are any boats that you would like to see a review of, then just hit on the contact us button and send us that message, and I'll make next week's reviews the boats that you want to see. So thanks for joining me today. We have one more boat out of the 3 this week. It's called One More Toy. and the link to that will be just down below. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.